Welcome to Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. We are live from Colleen Riley Court on the campus of Fullerton College as the Hornets take on the Dons. Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Fisk and alongside me is Garrett with color commentary.
Last match for both teams. For Fullerton, they're coming off a win against Golden West. They won that one 3-0 last Wednesday. And for the Dons, they're coming in with an L from Irvine Valley. Back on September 30th, they dropped that one 0-3.
As we get set for the opening set of the match, the players starting off this match is going to be number 8, Cassandra Zavala, Madeline Tixera, Caden Rafe, Allison Caswell, Leah Mendez, and Lily Chavez. While for the Hornets, we're going to have Corey Burke, Camila Castillo, Samantha Martinez, Moretta Poe, Haley Dellariva, Jade McIntyre, and Ann Mayfield.
Some key players for Fullerton, Moretta Poe. She's coming in tonight with 104 kills. And also Jade McIntyre, she comes here with 93 kills. For the Dons, look for Matilde Teixeira. She has 152 kills, 4.11 per set, and she leads the conference with 1 service ace per set. Also, for the Dons, look for Caden Rife. She has 325 assists, and she is also 8.78 assists per set, so watch for her setting up her players tonight.
Well, here we go as we get set for the match. The referees for tonight is going to be Mel Caton, Tom Wabari, and the line judges are going to be Kelly Talsmark and Tony Gilbert. As we're getting set, waiting for the officials to be ready here. Hornets are going to be looking to win their first ever back-to-back games in the season. They have not been able to win 2 games in a row so far this season. While the Dons are going to be trying to get a winning record in the Orange Empire Conference and try to jump up into the race for the top 3. Currently in the top 3, we have Irvine Valley, who's currently undefeated 5-0. Orange Coast with a 3-1 record, and Cypress Chargers 3-2. So whoever wins this match is going to be tied with the Chargers in the standings for the Orange Empire Conference. As we have still a little bit of an unusual delay, waiting for the official to put his earpiece on. While we have this delay, one of the interesting things here about the Santa Ana Dons is their last match against Saddleback, they actually had to forfeit, it said, 3-0 in their Orange Empire Conference matchup, while the Fullerton Hornets ended up losing 3-0 in an actual matchup. So that's one of their common opponents so far in this season. As we finally get the okay from the official, we are underway for the first set between the Dons and the Hornets, and Mayfield behind the line serves, gets bumped by Teixeira, gets hit over the net. Martinez with a bump set, gets hit back over the net. Diving dig attempt by Samantha Martinez, unable to get control of the ball, as the Dons will take the first point of the match.
Leah Mendez with that strike puts it right between 2 Fullerton defenders.
Teixeira now on the serve with the jump floater. As here comes the Hornets the other way, going for a quick attack was Camille Castillo with the kill on the outside. So now it's a side out, tied up at 1 in the first set. Dellariva now up to serve. She currently has 7 service aces so far this season. Hits it to the back line, was received well by the Don. As it gets killed over the net by Teixeira to retake control of the serve.
Look for the Dons to go to Teixeira a lot. She leads this team with kills. She is also a great defensive guru. She leads this team with 131 digs as well.
Lopez now on the serve. Received well by the Hornets. Trying to just bump it over the net as there is No one ready to attack on that. Dons get a free ball, and it catches the line. Allison Caswell with the attack. Makes it 3-1 in the first set. So with that score, Inez Lopez stays behind the line for the serve. Hits it to the middle of the court. Received by Martinez. Bumps it back over the net by Martinez. Attacked by Leah Mendez, but it goes outside the sideline. So a side out now. Hornets regain possession, and once again, Samantha Martinez now up to serve. Samantha Martinez has 15 service aces so far, trying to make it 16. Dumped over the net by the setter of the Dons. So now it's going to be all tied up at 3 as we have a substitution change. Jaylene Lujan going in now, subbing in for Leah Mendez. As Lujan now going to go for the serve. Hornets coming in for the attack. Gets denied, though, by the block by Zavala. And the Dons are now going to make it a 3-point deficit as it's 5-2 in the first set. Lujan now still behind the baseline for the serve. Low serve received by a bump. Hit over the net by Moretta Poe. Goes off the hands of Camille Castillo, but unable to follow up on that was the Hornets. So the Dons score once again, keeping Lujan behind the baseline once again. Official gives the okay for the serve. Lujan now on the serve once again. Received by Moretta Poe once again. Moretta Poe now on the attack. Dons coming back and hits it into the middle of the court was Cassandra Zavala to grow their lead up by 5 points. As we have another substitution in now for the Hornets. Maylee Taban coming in exchange for Haley De La Riva, excuse me. Hornets trying to tap it over the net with Moretta Poe. Dons on the counterattack, taps it over the net once again. Bump set by Martinez. Moretta Poe goes for the attack. They say it caught the corner as Moretta Poe catches that corner to get the point for the Hornets. Hornets on the serve with Elizabeth Perez. Dons tap it over the net with Zavala. Off the hands of Jade McIntyre, but gets through the block. So now the Dons score once again. Allison Caswell now coming in for the serve. Hornets coming in, gets denied though with the block. A two-person block with Cassandra Zavala and Caden Rafe. Makes it 9-3 in the first set. Great start so far by the Dons. Diving to keep the ball alive was Elizabeth Perez, but no one able to follow up on it and hits it right into the net. So we have a timeout now by the Hornets, as the set score is currently 10-3 in favor of Santa Ana. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.
Yeah, Santa Ana, they come in with a 11 kills per set, which is one of the best in the conference. You've seen them come off quite hot to start this one off. They outscored their opponents with kills 414 to 294. So you can tell that they jump on the scoreboard and start very aggressive, and we're seeing that here tonight.
Now, Garrett, in my opinion, when we saw their match last week against Golden West, they were loud, they were energetic. Tonight they seem a little quiet. Do you think that's making an impact on the way they're playing tonight?
I agree maybe a little, but I do remember the last couple matches we've been here, they did actually start quite slow for Fullerton, and they ended up picking it up later in the set, and they took that game. So I'm not too worried right now.
Allison Caswell now once again on the serve. Received well by Taban. Trying to hit it over the net was Ann Mayfield, but it hits it right into the net. Hornets so far unable to get by the server of Allison Caswell. She currently has 24 service aces on the team, second most on the team so far, as the Hornets are trying to break away from their second best server on Santa Ana.
And she's doing a really great job at keeping the Hornets on their toes. They haven't really received the serve from her very cleanly, and it's kind of, it's a good start for the Dons.
Caswell stays behind the serve. It's a low serve. It's a service ace for Caswell. That is going to be her 25th service ace of the season, making the lead 10 points, a 10-point gap, 13-3 in favor of Santa Ana. And the Hornets still unable to get her away from that serve. Don's coming in once again on the attack, tapping it over the net lightly. It was Teixeira, and no one able to follow up on it from the Hornets, making it 14-3 now in the first set. Martinez on the service receive with the bump. Trying to tap it over the net lightly was Moretta Poe, who finally gets the ball away from the second best server from Santa Ana and gets the side out they need.
We go back to that service ace a couple points ago. Alyssa Caswell, she is 4th among the conference with service aces this year.
Moretta Poe on the serve now for the Hornets, but it's too far back behind the baseline. So now once again, Santa Ana regains control of the serve, and this time it's going to be Cassandra Zavala on the serve. She has 4 service aces so far. It's another low serve, but received well by Martinez. Don's now on the attack, on the outside, hit down really hard by Teixeira.
Received by Martinez, and it just couldn't get it up in the air for her fellow teammates to dump it back over.
Teixeira is leading the team in kills for Santa Ana. Prior to coming in tonight, she has 152 kills and 196 points, leading both stats for Santa Ana so far, as we have a service ace now from the Dons to make it 17-4. And another timeout made by the Hornets. That's their second and last timeout of the first set. As the score is now 17-4. This is Hornet Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. As so far, Santa Ana's been running away with this first set. Santa Ana only losing 2 matches so far in the season, with one of them being a forfeit. They only lost 10 sets prior to coming in tonight, winning the other 27, as they've been a powerhouse so far this season. Hornets, on the other hand, 6-8 record, not bad, but winning 22 sets and 26 sets while you're playing against a team who only lost 10 sets. Pressure must be on so far for the Hornets, if I say so myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the pressure is on for the Hornets right now. Santa Ana is one of the best defensive and offensive teams in the conference. They're very well-rounded, and for the Hornets to pick it up here, they would have to keep the ball away from the Dons for a amount of time so that they can retake this, get back into this set.
Well, as the second timeout ends for the Hornets, they are now out of timeouts. They are currently down by 13. Score is 17-4 in the first set. Cassandra Zavala now on the serve. But it's going to be an easy side out for the Hornets as she hits that one right into the net, but still down by 12 points in the Hornets, as they have a huge hill to climb here if they want to get back into this set.
Rare miscue by the Dons gives a golden chance for the Hornets here.
Jade McIntyre on the serve. Don's coming on the attack and slamming it down was Teixeira once again, the leading attacker for the Dons so far this season. Gets another point once again. Hitting the top of the net on the serve. Hornets coming in on the attack. Gets received well by the Dons. Back on the outside, hitting it was Teixeira. Goes off the hands of Moretta Poe, but unable to get a connection on that.
And Rafe, with that assist there, she leads the team with 325.
Caden Rafe once again on the serve. It's another floater. Moretta Poe on the receive. Haley hits it over the net. Don's coming in on another attack. That time they do a change-up of an attack. So another kill made by the Dons. 5 points away from winning the first set. Teixeira once again scoring that one. 20-5 in the first set. Hornets coming in once again on the attack. Tapping it over the net was De La Riva. That one gets hit out by the Dons. Teixeira a little too much power on that. Ending that rally for the Dons. Substitution comes in. Camille Castillo comes back in, while Elizabeth Perez sits out. Hornets coming in on the serve. Received well by the Dons. Coming in, tapping it cross court. Moretta Poe with a back row attack. Dons coming in a counter attack, but that one goes towards the stands, wide off the sideline. And Hornets string 2 back-to-back points on that one right there. Score is 20-7 in the first set. As that one hits the top of the net on the serve, Don's able to connect on it. They pass it over the net. Cross-court attack, diving dig made by the Dons. But unfortunately, Caden Rafe wasn't able to get enough power under that to keep the ball in the air long enough for a team to return it.
3 straight points for the Hornets. They're doing their job keeping the ball away from the Dons right now.
And Mayfield on the serve once again, trying to make it 3 in a row now. As we have one of the Don players wipe the floor on their side, trying to get any water or sweat off the court for safety of the players. Referee gives the okay and Mayfield once again on the serve. Tapping received by Teixeira, gets killed over, and Dons get a side out they need once again, making it 21-8.
Teixeira again. Couldn't receive it for Poe.
Teixeira trying to go for a floater towards the net, but that one hits the net. So now another side out. Hornets retake possession. 21-9. Taban coming in for a substitution. De La Riva exits the court. Taban now on the serve. Received well by Lopez. Tapped over the net by Chavez. Hornets coming in for an attack, but it's too far past the baseline as Castillo put a little too much power on it. As we are getting to the final few points of the set, 22-9 in favor of the Dons. And they got Lopez coming in for the serve. Inez Lopez has 18 service aces. Third most on Santa Ana's team. Moretta Poe going in for the attack, gets denied by the wall of Santa Ana. They go for another attack, but that one goes outside past the sideline.
Okay.
Hornets coming on the attack once again. Gets denied by the 2-person block. Another chance for the Hornets. Martinez with the bump serve. Moretta Poe going for another attack, gets denied. Another attempt by Moretta Poe. She goes for the feint and gets it that time to throw off the Don's front row blockers.
No back and forth action. Moretta Poe tried it once, got it on the second time. Fullerton back with the ball.
Some Samantha Martinez once again on the serve. 15 service aces as the referee is trying to wipe off the floor once again on Santa Ana's side. Referee gives the okay. Martinez now on the serve. Jump serve gets received by Lopez. Don's follow up on it. Trying to hit it towards the outside corner, but goes too far outside. Making it 23-11. Keeping Martinez behind the baseline. Martinez getting it to the back row. Gets killed, but almost able to get received by Martinez. A little too far away. And now it's set point here for Santa Ana, 24-11. Hornets are going to have to score 13 straight points to keep this set alive. Highly unlikely, but also possible.
The Hornets haven't gotten into a rhythm yet. They've not really received Santa Ana very well so far.
Luan on the serve, hits it right into the net. Hornets get 1 point there, but still down by 12 points. Hornets get another substitution in. Elizabeth Perez coming back in. Has to keep the ball in play to keep this set alive. Tapped well by the Dons. Trying to go for the attack, goes off the hand of McIntyre. Martinez with the bump set. Moretta Poe trying to go for the attack, but instead it goes off the net and ricochets back to their side to give the Dons the first set, winning 25-12. So the first game ending 25-12. Dons leading 1-0. This is Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.
Yeah, Fullerton didn't really catch the momentum at all in that first set. We'll see what they can do coming into the next set, but we've noticed that Santa Ana started off attacking that back zone for the Fullerton, and so then they started going out to protect the back, and then they would start dumping it in front of Moretta Poe and company, and they just were not on their toes the entire match, kind of.
And once again, I brought this point up earlier, but it seems kind of quiet. Like every time we've been here so far for the Hornets, they've been loud, they've been excited, they've brought the energy for their team. Tonight, it just feels very quiet. Like you could hear a pin drop right now, I think.
Like I said, last match, they did start off a little slow, and then that energy is what I believe helped them pick it up to score more points and to win that match. We have not seen that energy thus far through the first set. They're getting a pep talk from coach right now, so we'll see if that can help anything.
So Nilofar Mojab is going to try to find whatever she can to get her team back into this match. She has a lot of experience before becoming the Hornets coach. This is her first season for the Hornets, but prior to coming to Fullerton College, she has the last 10 years of experience coaching juniors in Iran and played volleyball professionally. She began coaching in the United States in 2018. But as of now, she's actually a student at Whittier College trying to pursue a BA in social work and is expected to graduate later this year.
Yeah, back to coach. She retired from playing last year. This is her first year at Fullerton College. She is also the head coach at Rosary High School, along with her Fullerton Hornet player, Moretta Poe, who is also an assistant coach on that team. So we know the experience for the head coach, and we know that she is poised in this position, and she can rally her team to score more and pick up on their energy like they had last week. This is Fullerton Hornets volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. This is Garrett Geimer. I'm alongside Jacob Fist with the color. Welcome back to Colleen Riley Court for the second set of this match between the Fullerton College Hornets and the Santa Ana Dons. On the court now is Matilda Shera for the Dons alongside Caden Reef, Leah Mendez, Lily Chavez, and Cassandra Zavala for the Hornets. On the court for the Hornets,
We have Martinez on the court.
Martinez at libero. We also have Miley Grace Teban and Mayfield Retta Poe with the attack. And it will score the first points for Fullerton.
Yeah, that's a huge first point to start off the set. You start the first set off quiet. This is just what they needed. They need to get a little louder. They need to get the energy going if they want to have a chance in this match.
And Mayfield the serve. She tips it over. It's received by the Dons. And that was
Caden
Rafe with the kill. She is the most assists on this team for the Dons, as we have the Dons serving off, and it hits the court, and the Dons will maintain.
A little bit of lack of communication there, as no one really knew what to do after someone received the ball. No one followed up on it.
Received by Samantha. Tries. That was Castillo trying to set that one up, and it drops down. Zavala back to serve again for the Dons. Tips it over softly this time. Samantha Martinez rushing in, can't pick it off the court. Another point to the Dons. Zavala back to serve once more. And that time it will hit the net and the ball will go back over to Fullerton. Excuse me. Moretta Poe back to serve for Fullerton. Dumps it over the middle. Light tap for the Dons. Received well by Fullerton. Taban flips it over. And Caden Rafe with that shot for Fullerton off the hands of De La Riva, and another point to the Dons. Fullerton receives. Samantha Martinez sets it up, and Castillo pops it over, and it just dies after the block by the Dons.
Yes, what I liked about that attack right there is in the first set, Hornets were trying to go for all these powerful attacks, and it was just getting stuffed by the two-person block by the Dons. That time they just focused on getting it in, and not enough power to ricochet the block back onto their side.
Martinez pops over the save, or the serve, excuse me, and McIntyre and Castillo team up on the block to gain another point for Fullerton. Martinez is back to serve once more. Loops it over the middle, set up by the Dons, and it hits the back corner, and that is a point for Santa Ana. That was
Mendez.
That was Leah Mendez with the point. Okay, so back now for the Dons is Jaylene Luan to serve. Ball is up. She pokes it over the net. And there's Jade McIntyre in the attack, received by the Dons. Flipped over, dug out, and Castillo with a strong attack. It's flipped back by the Dons. Little battle at the net. Power hit by Mayfield. De La Riva trying to poke it over the Dons, and it will fall in there.
Lots of action going back and forth in that point right there. I counted at least 2 or 3 times Santa Ana setter Zavala and trying to just tap it over the net. They're not going for a set or receive. They're just trying to tap it back over the net and throwing off the timing from the Hornets.
McIntyre on the attack, and it is good off a fingertip, the fingertip of Lujan. And that will be another point for Fullerton. It's 5-7 Dons. Back deep for Fullerton is Elizabeth Perez to serve, and that will hit the net and go back to Santa Ana.
Yeah, Hornets are still looking a little nervous, making a little bit more. They're playing a little more safely, I would say, in this match compared to other matches. They're not trying to go in for the attacks or the aggressive serves. They're just trying to get the ball in play.
Alyssa Caswell trying to get that serve off. It will hit the net, and a point will be awarded back to the Hornets. So it looks like we're having a substitution. La Riva steps out, and I believe Taban came in. Taban on the serve. And that is again superstar Matilde Teixeira with the point for the Dons.
That power is just insane by the Dons right there. Zavala with the incredible attack right there, and I don't think anyone could get a touch on that power.
Zavala, a little battle at the net right now. And there is once again Matilde Teixeira with the point as she steps off, and East Lopes checks in for Fullerton. For Fullerton, Corey Burks steps in for Samantha Martinez. McIntyre on the serve. Dug out by Santa Ana. Briefly could not get it over the net as that one falls down right in front of Teixeira.
Yeah, a little bit of lack of communication on that point there after receive, but
McIntyre flips it over on the serve. There is Teixeira, and she will score once again.
She's been on fire so far tonight. Hornets haven't been able to answer her true raw power. Every block that's in front of her, she just breaks through it.
Yes, she has. She and Lujan, that assistance by her is really helping this Dons team right now. And that time, Corey Burks flips it over the net right at the feet of Caden Rafe, and that will be ball rewarded back to Fullerton. Castillo checks out, or checks in, excuse me, and Taban will step out, or excuse me, Elizabeth Perez for Fullerton. And Mayfield on the serve catches the Dons off awkwardly off the fingers, but it is received, and that one just a little too much power there by Corey Burks, and it goes out the back of the court and back to the Dons for service.
Yeah, that was a free ball there for the Hornets. Teixeira unable to receive the ball cleanly on the serve, and Hornets were unable to capitalize on that.
Teixeira on the serve for that one, but Moretta Poe tips it over for the points. So now she is also back to serve for the Hornets. Hey Jacob, this set has been a lot closer than the first one we saw earlier.
Well, the Hornets are playing a little more comfortable. They're getting a little more aggressive on their attacks. They're not trying to play it a little safe. They're getting a little louder as well.
I think that energy is starting to kick in as Allison Caswell tries to pop it over, can't get it, and it falls out. Poe back to serve once more. We are tied up here in the second set, 11-11. Poe on the serve. flipped over by the Dons, received by by Fullerton. Back over. That time it was Alyssa Caswell on the attack. Couldn't quite get it away from De La Riva, De La Riva could not control it. And the point goes to the Dons. Nice save by Poe. Flipped back over to Santa Ana. Set up. And it was once again Caswell with the point. Fullerton had a finger on it, could not control it. And she scored twice now.
Yeah, Santa Ana is not just relying on Teixeira on these crazy powerful attacks. You also got Caswell to worry about on the other side as well.
And he slopes back to serve for Santa Ana.
They had to wipe the floor again on the left side of the court. Probably some sweat or water on the court.
Serve is up, sneaks over the net, received by Poe. Set up by Mayfield. De La Riva flips it over on that time. And there it is again. And Mayfield dumps it softly over the middle, right in the middle of the court for Santa Ana. No one was home. Point for Fullerton. So they've keeping it neck and neck on this set as Samantha Martinez is now back for Fullerton on the serve. Serve is up, tips off the net, goes over. Set up by Santa Ana. Tries to dump it over the middle. Castillo saves it. Taban flips it back over. McIntyre puts it up for Castillo to pop it over. Received by Santa Ana and shot back over. That time, Poe could not stop it. That was Leah Mendez as she steps off for Jaylene Luan, and as she goes back to serve for Santa Ana.
She has 15 service aces prior to coming into tonight's match. Another deadly server for Santa Ana.
Serve is up, it's popped over. Castillo on the attack, could not get it over the wall. That defensive front by Santa Ana falls back, and it's now another serve for Santa Ana. Good defensive wall up front by Santa Ana. Zavala and company gets it done on that play. Poe receives it, sets it up for Castillo. It dropped over the middle, diving, great dive for the Dons to save it. And there it is again. There she is again. Caswell pops it over for another point. As they extend their lead, it is now 16 Dons to 12 for your Fullerton Hornets. You're listening to Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. A timeout here for, it was Fullerton?
Fullerton with the timeout.
Yes. Fullerton called the timeout. They started off really hot. They kept it tied. It was around 12-11. Now it's kind of gotten a little away from them. Trying to call the timeout, slow the pace down, and get back into this game.
Yeah, something I've been noticing about the second set is, while Santa Ana is getting a lot of their points by just brute force, a lot of Fullerton points are just trying to get the sneaky points in. They're trying to dump it over. They're trying to feint it over the block. Because so far they haven't been able to break through that two-person wall with a strong attack yet. They've just been trying to get it to precise location. Santa Ana trying to just brute force their way in.
And I've seen these longer drives or rallies, longer rallies than this in this set rather than the first one.
Well, first set, Fullerton looked a little shaky. This set, they're starting to wake themselves a little up, get into it, feel that energy, and it shows on the scoreboard. They're only down by 4 right now. This set's not over just yet.
Received by Fullerton after the timeout. There is, once again, Caswell tries to pop it over. The defense is strong for the Dons as they blocked Fullerton for a moment. Fullerton is on their toes now, just trying to salvage this rally, as it is blocked once again by Fullerton. Great job to keep it alive. Tipped over by Santa Ana. Loretta Poe pops it back up in the air. They flip it over. A little shove by a player, and it goes over, and it will be awarded to Fullerton. What a great rally for Fullerton there. They looked kind of wobbly and on their toes, and they just kept it alive long enough just so that they can secure that point.
And I think one of the key plays in that play, or in that point right there, was Camille Castile. She dove for that ball just to keep that point alive, and because of that, they were able to get that point.
Elizabeth Perez was on the serve. She digs that one out, and Poe trying to flip it over, does not get it. It will hit the net and go back over to Santa Ana. Caswell, now away from the front of the net, is now back to serve for the Dons.
Second most service aces on Santa Ana's roster. Prior to coming in tonight, she had 24. She already has one from the first set.
Look for her to try to dump it in the front of Fullerton. It looks like they're playing defense back at the backcourt more than up front as they move around a little bit once more. The serve is up. It is over the wall. Set up by Mayfield. McIntyre with the attack does not get over that defensive wall by Santa Ana. They are still fighting, though. Flipped it back over. Here is Teixeira, and it goes off the hands of Ann Mayfield and out of bounds for the point, and Caswell back to serve once more. What'd you see on that, Jacob?
Well, Teixeira did get the point there on the kill. Zavala got 2 to 3 blocks on that play right there, which opened up the opportunity for them to get that point there.
As Ann Mayfield takes that one, says, let me just dump it over and get the ball back for my team. As Miley Grace Tabone is now serving. Stepping out for a moment is De La Riva. Grazes the net, dug out by the Dons, and that will result in a point. They got it right out of range for, I believe it was Elizabeth Perez. Zavala flips it over for Santa Ana. Received by Fullerton, touches the ceiling. Flipped over. Teixeira dumps it over the middle for the score.
Great feint made by Teixeira. I realized there was a 2-person block right in front of her, trying to cover the cover the line, and instead she just feints it over the block and gets an easy point there once again.
Zavala back to serve once more. Received well by Taban, flipped over. That is Poe on the strike, but it is picked up well by Santa Ana. Back over to Fullerton, and Mayfield once again dumps it over. I've seen her do that a few times this match. Another point by Fullerton right in the middle of that Santa Ana defense.
Yeah, something the Hornets have been doing really well in this second set is just being able to surprise Santa Ana with all these crazy dump plays out of nowhere. They're doing it more often, but they're doing it pretty well.
Jade McIntyre with the serve on that one. Teixeira with the kill off 2 hands for Fullerton up front. I believe that was Ann Mayfield and Corey Burks. Goes out of bounds off their fingers, so Santa Ana will have the ball. Serve is up by Rafe. It goes over. Burks tries to flip it over. They call an illegal touching.
I believe Santa Ana touched it before it went back over the net, so it's going to be a point for the Hornets.
So the Hornets are now at 16 to our visitors 21 here in the second period. This is Ann Mayfield back to serve for the Hornets. A little communication, I guess, another wiping of the court. You've seen it a few times on this Fullerton side of the net.
Yeah, it's probably the 4th or 5th time so far in this match they had to try to dry that spot over. Mayfield
on the serve, received well by Santa Ana. flipped it over. That time it was Leah Mendez. Just got a little too much of it, floats away. Another point by Fullerton as we redo it again. Here is Mayfield back to serve. It's up, it goes over. Trying to set up for Teixeira, and they do.
Now, it was a great block attempt by Moretta Poe, but unfortunately unable to control the block, so it goes out of bounds.
Samantha Martinez picks that one up. Poe strikes with vigor over the middle. Received by Santa Ana. Flipped over. Taban saves it. Set up by Martinez. Excuse me. Tried to flip. Santa Ana flips it over. There's Poe again. Off the fingertips of Adon. They're going to set it up for Lopes. Castillo trying to make the catch. And that time they do get it. It was Caswell once again.
Goes off the hands of Corey Burke there. A little too far from the net. So wasn't able to get that ball blocked to go back over the net. Instead it goes off her hands and into their own side of the net as we have a timeout here called once again.
Yes, again with that energy though, they've kind of gone off. So that was a timeout taken by Fullerton. They have none remaining. We're in the second period here with myself and Jacob Fisk. The score here is 23-17, Santa Ana College. You're listening to Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK here at Colleen Riley Court.
So now the Hornets are out of timeouts here, as they're going to try to find a way to get back into this second set here. They're only down by 6.
A little pep talk by Coach. It feels like the energy from this match is kind of now serving for Santa Ana. It'll be Zavala. We're in the second set. The score is 23-17. Santa Ana back deep. They've changed it now, I guess. I'm sorry. Teixeira is now back to serve for Santa Ana. Received by Martinez. Flipped it over by Poe. There she is again. Flipped over, I believe it was
Kaden Rafe on that.
The leading assist getter for the Dons, just doing it herself there. Teixeira back deep again. She will pop it over, but she will not get it high enough. It will hit off the net. Ball goes back to Fullerton. Moretta Poe is back to serve for Fullerton. They have to keep this. They have to score to keep this set alive. And they cannot do it. It will go off the hands of Corey Burks. And Santa Ana will take this one set 25-18. You're listening to Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.
Well, as we get set for the second set here, a little better there by the Hornets right there in the second set. Losing the first set 25-12 and the second set 25-18. Doesn't look good on the Hornets side, but I will say this. The Hornets played better in the second set. They were a little more vocal, able to connect a little more on those service receives, and were able to have a little bit of an answer to Teixeira, who's been unstoppable so far on these attacks for Santa Ana. So Santa Ana Fullerton not out of this just yet. They are down 2-0. They will have to reverse sweep to win this match, but luckily for them, there's no time limit. They just have to win 3 sets. So the Hornets in the second set, I would say the one thing I really liked by Fullerton is being able to surprise Santa Ana with all these crazy dumps, going for feint attacks. They're not trying to go through the wall or they're not trying to go to the side of it. They're just trying to go over it. They're not trying to go through it because every time they've tried that, it just goes right back to their own side. Santa Ana, on the other hand, though, they've been able to brute force their way through the blocks from Fullerton's front row. So it makes me wonder now, how is Fullerton going to be able to respond for the third set? Because they have to win this set to keep this match alive, and they can't just keep relying on dumps if they want to win this set.
Yes, Fullerton needs to pick it up here to keep this alive. We have not seen the energy of the previous couple matches that we've called here, Jacob. Let's see if they can pick it up. We saw flashes of that last set, but they couldn't quite clean it up and finish.
Well, as we get here into the final 50 seconds of the intermission here, it's going to be interesting to wonder, though, how they're going to have a response not only to the attacks made by the Dons, but also their serves. Some of their servers on the Dons, you have Teixeira, who's leading the conference in service aces. Tied for 7th in the state season overall with 38 service aces. She's had a few service aces tonight, and it makes me wonder how they're going to have a response to her in the third set.
Yes, she is averaging a conference best 1 service ace per set. Her teammate, Allison Caswell, has 0.65 per set, which is still top 5 in the conference. So this Santa Ana team is very hard to gain momentum against once they get going and once they possess the ball, as long as they have this match.
Well, this is Hornet Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. Alongside me is Garrett. My name is Jacob Fisk. Set score is currently 2-0 in favor of Santa Ana. As we get set for the third set, not a lot of changes made by the Hornets on who's going to be on the court. We got Corey Burke once again on the court alongside with Jade McIntyre and Mayfield, Samantha Martinez. Maylee Taban also on the court. Not so many changes on Santa Ana's side as well. We have Luan on the court, as well as Allison Caswell. She's been deadly as well so far in the first 2 sets. Leah Mendez. And we also have Caden Rafe on the court as well. Hornets going to have the first ball to serve in the third set, trying to forge a comeback here, as that's the first point they needed once again, and Mayfield with the service ace, scoring the first point in the third set.
Not received well by Santa Ana, looking for Fullerton to start quickly again this set to win this one.
Mayfield once again on the serve, trying to go through the middle though, and that time it clips the net and goes back to their side. So now goes from a service ace to an easy side out off the net, all tied up at 1.
And now that miscue now gives Santa Ana their best service weapon.
Teixeira on the serve, received well by the Hornets, coming out on the attack. Off the hands of the Dons defenders front row. Forced through by Moretta Poe. Tap back over the net by Caswell. Poe trying to go for a counterattack. Easily received by Santa Ana. Cross-court attempt made by Santa Ana, received by Martinez. Going through the block that time was Riva, as the Hornets were able to score on that thanks to the attack by Haley Della Riva.
Yep, they poked it over on that far corner by the net. Leah Mendez, there was 2 Dons there. Leah Mendez could not get the handle on that ball to pop it over.
Riva
Fullerton
once again on the serve. 2-1 in favor of the Hornets in the third set. Tap received by the Dons. Trying to go through the block. It's received by Moretta Poe as it goes back over the net. Another block attempt made by the Hornets. That time it goes through. Bump set by Martinez, going in for the attack. was Castillo. Don's unable to respond to that as Castillo gets another point for the Hornets.
Castillo striking, attacking Zavala, and she could not get a clean hit off on the return.
Riva behind the baseline once again, trying to grow on this momentum. Tap receive made by Teixeira. Going in for the attack, goes off the net. Caswell trying to go a little too much power on that and slam it down, but instead hits it right into the net.
Yeah, trying to hit it hard to get past that Fullerton defensive front. Could not get it high enough, though, on that one.
Riva now once again on the serve. 4-1 Hornets, third set. Tapping it over the net. Hornets with the free ball. One-hand set made. As the Hornets score on that one once again, 5-1.
Nice.
One-hand set there by Mayfield, actually, there.
Yeah, nice set by Mayfield, setting up Burks perfectly to pop it over. Great execution.
Riva now once again on the serve for the Hornets. Probably the best service rally so far by the Hornets. Scoring 4 back-to-back points as we have another stoppage here. Referees trying to get Santa Ana side dry.
We've seen that a lot on that side of the court so far.
Waiting for the officials, okay. They give Riva permission to serve as here we go once again. It's a floater into the middle of the court. Don's coming on the attack, goes off the hands of Moretta Poe. Santa Ana trying to just tap it over. Diving dig made by Samantha Martinez. Castillo going for the attack. Martinez with another bump. Goes off the outside of the net past the antenna.
Poe nearly missed that one. She was trying to tap it over. Couldn't quite get it. But I've noticed that this Hornets team, they're paying attention more to Caswell. They blocked her once again on that rally.
Lujan now on the serve. It gets a side out by Santa Ana to finally get control. Martinez on the service receive. Bump. Going for the attack was Castillo. Don's tapping the ball over the net. Another diving dig made by Martinez, leading the team in digs so far this season. Joust right there, won by the Dons. So now it's 5-4, or excuse me, 5-3. To keep Lujan on the baseline.
Nice attempt, or nice dig there by Samantha Martinez. You see why she's so good. She's been flying around this court all day.
Serve made by the Dons. Chance for Castillo to go on a cross-court attack. Too light, so Dons will respond. Castillo going on the attack once again. Dons dumping it over the net. Diving dig made by the Hornets, but unable to respond. So Caden Rafe's dump out of nowhere into the middle of the court makes it 5-4. And we've seen a lot of dumps so far this game by both teams.
Yep.
Lujan on the serve once again, trying to go onto the base or on the sideline. Moretta Poe goes for the attack and gets that one to get the ball back on the serve.
Just out of the reach of, I believe that was Teixeira.
So Corey Burke gets substituted out as we see McIntyre come back in. Martinez now behind the baseline. As we've said her name a few times to keep this ball alive. Wild hit made by the Dons. Teixeira, one of the few mistakes so far tonight. She's been dominant so far, but that one goes a little too far outside.
Just a little too much power. Nice setup by the Dons. But this is the type of things that Fullerton needs to capitalize on.
Martinez on the serve. Diving dig made by Lujan. Castillo on the attack right there. Goes off the hands of Santa Ana. Making it 8-4, 4-point deficit.
That was a beautiful block there by Santa Ana, but Fullerton was ready for it. Nice job for Castillo, as now we're cleaning up on Fullerton's side of the court.
Martinez remains behind the baseline once again on the serve. Great momentum so far in the third set by the Hornets, which is what they need to keep this match alive. Going in on the attack goes off the hand of the Hornets. Bump set by Martinez. Going in for the attack was Moretta Poe, making it 9-4 across court.
Moretta Poe with the power slam down right out of the reach of diving Matilde Teixeira. Great series there by Fullerton. Quick and aggressive.
So Martinez still on the serve. 9-4 in favor of the Hornets in the third set. The Dons took the first two sets, 25-12 and 25-18. Official gives the okay for Martinez to continue her service rally. That time a little too much, or a little too little power there as it goes off the bottom of the net. So a free side out now for the Dons to get Martinez off the serve. And now Ines Lopez is now going to be on the serve. Lopez with 18 service aces prior to coming in tonight. Hitting it into the middle of the court. Castillo gets denied. Martinez going for a diving save, but unable to get the touch on it.
Nice setup, nice power, but they're standing in the front line. Caden Rafe made the great defensive block there.
Lopez on the serve once again, trying to claw their way back, but makes it 10-6 instead after a service error. So now Moretta Poe is going to go behind the baseline for the serve. She's leading in the most kills and total attacks on the Hornets roster. And meanwhile on the serve as well, she has 8 service aces.
As they wipe down the court once more.
I think this is the most we've seen so far this season, them trying to get all the sweat or whatever's on the court they're trying to wipe off. Moretta Poe now on the serve. Puts a little power on it, but too much power goes past the back line. So Dons get Allison Caswell now on the serve once again. Cross-court serve received well by the Hornets. Gets pushed over the net by Mayfield. Dons coming in on the attack, goes off the hands of McIntyre. Castillo feints it over the net, a little too much power there. Going in for a huge kill attempt was Teixeira. That time it gets received by the Hornets. Another attack of too much power though, Teixeira, as the Hornets bench goes crazy. They were finally able to shut down Teixeira there. Oof. As I feel if I was in front of that ball right there by her attack, I'd probably break my arm right now.
Yeah, De La Riva just ducked under that one. Smart move by her, allowing the ball to fly out, keeping her safety and her team with possession.
Taban now on the serve. Bump received by the Dons. Coming out on the attack. Teixeira, though, this time does not miss. She slams that one down in the front row and gets the side out right back after that mistake.
Yep, she found a little pocket right at the feet of Miley Taban as they get the ball back quickly to start chipping away at this close deficit.
A little too much power there on the serve. So now back-to-back mistakes by both teams. As we have the substitution coming in, we're going to see Elizabeth Perez coming in. She's going to be coming in for the serve with 4 service aces. Hits it to the back row, but that one is past the baseline. So another side out. So now we'll see McIntyre come back in.
Back and forth points for the last couple rallies here. No one's been able to catch a long possession and score.
Rafe on the serve, hits it into the middle, and that's a service ace. Took a little curve there, which threw off the back row. A little off on their timing, making it a 2-point deficit here. 12-10, still in favor of the Hornets, but we are in the third set. Another curver, and that one touches the line. Another service ace by Caden Rafe. Back-to-back service aces. She had 15 service aces prior to coming in tonight.
She is doing a great job. The last couple points for Santa Ana, keeping Fullerton on their toes. Not really sure where the ball's going to go next. Paints the corner on the last one.
Huge attack made by Riva. Don's coming in on the attack and gets slammed down again, once again by Teixeira, tying this set up at 12 apiece. The momentum starting off in favor of the Hornets for the third set, but Santa Ana showing great discipline to even this game up at 12. And another point off the serve by Kaden Rafe. 3 in a row for her now as Santa Ana takes the first lead of the third set, 13-12.
Kaden Rafe is keeping this Fullerton in her service time, as keeping Fullerton on their toes.
Dump attempt made by the Hornets gets denied. They tap it over the net. That one gets hit out of bounds, though, on the free ball from the Dons. So now we're tied once again at 13. A huge side out now for the Hornets after giving up 3 service aces back-to-back by the same server. Now it's a chance for the Hornets to see if they can respond with Ann Mayfield.
They had the lead. They kind of started there. Let's see if they can pick up where they left off earlier.
Bump receive made by Lujan coming in for the attack. Huge block made by Riva, but no one able to follow up on the block. So the Dons regain the lead, 14-13 in the third set. Once again, Santa Ana winning the first 2 sets. So it's a do-or-die set here for the Hornets. They have to win this set to keep this match alive. Floater now, diving dig by Martinez. Off the net, it is, they're going to say it bounced off the hand, so the play resumes until they hit it right back into the net once again. I was going to say, I thought there was 4 touches there after it hit the net.
Yep.
So Teixeira now once again on the serve, leading the team in service aces and kills and total attacks and even digs. She's basically leading the team in almost every stat you can think of, as she's been an unstoppable force for Santa Ana so far. But one of the few mistakes by her so far in this match, with a service error,
She's been
gives
great
a side out
so far. That would be her second service error tonight, giving Fullerton a little bit of a window here to start to pick it up again.
Riva on the serve, and it is out of bounds. So another service error.
They give it right back. Fullerton has not been able to control the ball for very long in this last period.
Lujan on the serve once again. Received well, but tapped back over the net and off the hands of Corey Burke and Ann Mayfield. No one able to get the third touch. So a timeout now made by the Hornets. This is the third set. Santa Ana winning the first set 25-12, winning the second set 25-18. This is the third set as Santa Ana leading 17-14. You are watching Fullerton College Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK. This is the first timeout made by the Hornets, and I have to say, while the Hornets have been doing better in this set, in the third set compared to the first 2 sets, Santa Ana has been able to keep that discipline after giving up that huge lead in the third set, wouldn't you say?
It seems like so. Fullerton this time started a little quickly, but lost it early. Fullerton calls a timeout to maybe just calm down, slow it down a little bit, and collect themselves so that they can start getting back out there with better communication, poking the ball over at a more frequent rate to keep their team in this match tonight.
So we're in the third set. The score is 17-14 in favor of the Santa Ana Dons. We currently have Jaylene Lujan on the serve once again, as the Dons are going to try to wrap this thing up right now here. Lujan on the serve. Bump receive made by the Hornets. Trying to slam it down was Corey Burke, but gets denied by the 2-person block. Martinez having to hit it over the net to keep the play alive, but unable to follow through was the Dons. So huge side out now for the Hornets.
Nice recovery after that two-person block by Fullerton. Able to compose themselves, keep it together, and continue to play to get that point and take the ball.
Martinez once again on the serve. Good receive by the Dons coming in. Good recovery made by Mayfield. Tapped over the net with the feint by Castillo. Goes off the hands of Castillo. So it's a point again for the Dons on that attack right there. So it's 18-15 in favor of the Dons. We are getting into the crunch time and the pressure time now for the Hornets, as they really got to find a way to swing the momentum back in their favor if they want to stay in this match. Lopez now on the serve. Hits it into the middle of the court. Tapped over the net by Castillo. Trying to go for a diving dig was the Hornets, but instead, a little too much to handle. Zavala on the point there.
Cassandra Zavala tapped that one cross court, found the pocket in between the Fullerton defenders. Mayfield couldn't get a good hit on that ball.
So Inez Lopez on the serve once again, trying to be the first team to 20 points in this set. Good receive made by the Dons. Coming in on the attack, gets blocked by the two-person block of Jade McIntyre, making it a 3-point deficit now. And you got Moretta Poe behind the baseline now.
Jade McIntyre alongside Camila Castillo getting up there to block that one.
Moretta Poe on the attack, but a service error right there gets Santa Ana to the 20-point milestone. They are 5 points away from winning this match in a 3-set sweep. Hornets down by 4 points, trying to find an answer. Tapped over the net, diving dig made by Jade McIntyre, but no one able to follow up on it. 21-16 in favor of the Dons.
Hey, Jacob, yeah, that theme that we were talking about, the momentum, the energy, we have not seen that thus far in this set for Fullerton.
Meanwhile, McIntyre gets a point back for the Hornets, trying to make this set a little more interesting here. They're only down by 4 points, so it's not over just yet. Because now you got Taban now on the serve.
Let's see if they can assert themselves and start a rally here.
It's a floater, little off balance was the Don, so it's a free ball. Martinez with the bump, receive, going in for the attack. Gets denied though, gets tapped over the net by Moretta Poe. Dons with the free ball, trying to attack it, but it's out of bounds. Too much power made by Teixeira. Once again, it's a 3-point deficit now as you keep one of the best servers for the Hornets behind the baseline. She has 19 service aces.
Nice job by Moretta Poe keeping that one alive.
Taban trying to go for another floater, puts a little, not enough power on that one to get over the net. Goes under the net, actually. So it's now 22-18. It looks like we're going to have Lopez on the serve now. Audrey Lopez.
Fullerton setting up deep to receive this serve.
Audrey Lopez now on the serve. Cross-court serve received well by Martinez. Moretta Poe with the set. Hit over the net by Mayfield. Goes off the net. Hornets wanted a 4-touch. No call. We play on. Mishandle, though, by Teixeira. So it's a 3-point deficit once again.
Great height by McIntyre getting up there to get her hand on the ball. Kind of hurt a little bit, a little spicy off the hands of Santa Ana, but keeps it alive for Fullerton to maintain and ultimately get that point.
Elizabeth Perez gets subbed in for the serve. Hits it down the line. Dumped over the net, though. The Hornets are ready for that. Trying to go across court attack. Hits the roof or ceiling. Back over the net. Free ball for the Hornets now. Poe with the set. Hit over the net by McIntyre. Diving dig made by Perez. Moretta Poe hits it over the net once again. Don's going for the attack off the hands of Poe. A huge play to keep the ball alive there. A cross-court attack made by the Hornets. Another dump made by Caden Rafe. That one finally puts that point to rest. It's now 2 points away from sending this match to the history books. So Caden Rafe, who just scored with a dump on the front row, is 2 points away from ending this match. It's 23-19. As we're going to see if the Hornets are able to find a way to crawl the way back into this match. Taban on the service receive. Poe on the set. And it goes into the net on the attack by Riva. So it's now not only set point, but match point now for Santa Ana.
Fullerton trying to hang on. They have to keep, they cannot let this.
Rafe on the serve. Taban on the receive. Gets cross-court hit by the Hornets. Gets feinted over the net, and that's going to do it. It is a clean sweep as the Santa Ana Dons win this in 3-0.
Matilde Teixeira to seal the deal for Santa Ana.
So the third and final set was 25-19. Santa Ana winning 3-0. Probably the player of the match for the Dons was Teixeira. As we get set for the next contest for the Hornets, they're going to be taking on Santiago Canyon on the 7th, while Santa Ana will be taking on Orange Coast as well on the 7th. This is Hornet Volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.